I do the Brahmi, Gotu Kola, or Bakopam, and those actually help your awareness of breath so you can actually get into that meditative state. So once you get into that meditative state, one of the things that happens is your energy level does go up. If you actually don't have your central nervous system where you feel like you're panicking and you don't feel sleepy or tired, but you are in such a relaxed state but vibrating that sometimes you can't snap out of it. So that happens to me only after 4 or 5 days. I need to drink a little bit of wine, a little, like sometimes, like even just smelling it makes me tired. So sometimes when it's too strong and I vibrated way too high, you actually end up wanting to have something a little bit stronger. Gin is good because it doesn't change your insulin level. Sometimes what I did before is I meditated 3 days in the beginning and I couldn't go, and I got tired, but I wanted to sleep in a deep sleep so I can wake up like 2-3 hours, and then so I would drink a shot of gin because it doesn't raise your insulin level, and then you're still in the fasting because you don't want to break the fast during your meditation, because then the energy that you built up, it goes down. So you want to stay in the meditative state, in a fasted state. You have chamomile, which is in Spanish called manzanilla. Chamomile helps you relax. Now I don't need to drink. I can actually drink a little bit of chamomile, a cup, and I'm relaxed enough to go right to sleep. If you get to that point, of course, know yourself. Can you handle drinking a little bit of wine? Can you control that? Can you drink a shot? Not become dependent on it. That's really important. That's all about knowing yourself. See, that's where you're going to pass all the tests, because you know yourself, your limits, your capacity, your tolerances. So remember that. It's really important. When you combine those four, the inner like the outer, he said it in the Gospel of Thomas. I couldn't understand until I actually started to believe through my heart, and then it just opened up. And that's a great thing, because I used to think that secret books are going to teach you how to have powers and how to be enlightened. It was not true. Everything's in the heart. You don't need a book. It is good to have a real master teach you, because he teaches from the heart. But reading books, it's just, you can read 10,000 books and you're never going to reach that level unless you understand it. How do you know if it's working or not? That's why a lot of people meditate and they give up, because you're looking for that feeling, that tingling, that vibration that makes everything in the room shake, that light that shines through your eyes. And that's why people don't reach it, because it's when you're looking for those things that you get lost and you never find it. So your intention has to be, first of all, to understand what your purpose is for here on this, within this creation. You have to have the right questions. Otherwise, your intention is not clear, and you'll hit a brick wall. So the hardest part is believing in what you're doing really is giving you a result. It's giving you a result, but do you believe it? See, when you believe in something, okay, or you don't believe in something, that is in the physical. But when you have combined those, and now you are knowing, and that's the highest wisdom you can achieve. So one of the things that I do is I put an 8-hour sleep music, which actually helps you a lot to sleep better, but you feel great in the morning. And if you do your meditation in the morning, like I do at 6 a.m., I put on another tone. It's like a morning music, and it really helps you vibrate really nicely all day long. Positive. Your awareness. You have to remember that we exist because of breath. Think about that. We exist because of breath. That means if you were to stop breathing, you don't actually die, but you cease to exist. We see people dying, but do you really die? Who knows? I know. So when those things are combined, you have to think now they're related to the first yourself. Because remember, yourself and thyself, as above, so below. And it is true. The inner like the outer. My suggestion is for you to read all of Jesus's words in the Bible. You don't have to read them anymore. You can actually just get the audiobook or get a reader, a PDF reader, and you can go through all of that while you're just sitting there doing nothing. You should do something. And one of those nice things is that technology helps you achieve things much quicker now. Once you've gotten a good feel of the intention that Jesus was giving us, remember, Jesus is a pathway. He really is a great master because he made you focus in on the heart. Okay, there's the next step, which is the book of Thomas. In the book of Thomas, you have only Jesus's parables there, the Gospel of Thomas. And when you read or hear those words, it's like completely different perspective. But it's his words, but you can see it's still made with the focus of heart and the passion of his words. You feel them if you're ready for them. So you combine those four and you'll be enlightened. I don't know what people perceive as enlightenment. All right, I had to move because of the sun. Anyway, so what I was saying about the frequencies in music, there's 432, 369, 968. There's a lot of different frequencies that you can use to tune yourself while you're meditating. One of the nice ones that I do is I do sleep music, and I'm going to put a few that I like, but they help you actually to keep you in a certain frequency. All right, so I want to be clear. I am going to have a different way of producing these videos, but right now I want to test it out. I want to see how it flows through me to convey this information and how clear it and concise it's going to be coming out. I started from reading, and now it's all inside, but gathering it in a way that you can say it to everyone so that it's intelligible and it makes sense and it connects to your heart is a little bit harder to combine all those ideas into one so that it flows. But what I was saying is that the frequency within yourself and the frequency from, let's say, music is really valuable if you know what it is that it does to you. And I won't say it now, but I'll just tell you that if you can tune certain tones, which in a guided meditation I am going to give you that wisdom so that you can connect to the meditation and reach that energy. Whenever I meditate, you're going to feel that energy because you're tuning into a frequency, you're tuning into a altered state by doing your meditation in a way that you have your frequency, you have the symbol, you have the color, and then you have the flow of the energy into that channel, and you're going to be able to reach it quite easy. So one of the other things that I was mentioning about your physical body is being able to train it so that it can fast. It's healthy always. You exercise, because sitting in certain positions or walking, I've meditated walking, I've meditated sitting down, I've meditated standing up, for hours. I got to that point where it doesn't hurt anymore. Before I used to have your tailbone, it would hurt. I don't have any of that anymore. My knees, you build up your stamina and your flexibility. That's why I don't work out and I do more of calisthenics. And that really does allow me to meditate for long periods. If I do gym, you start to hurt and you can't hold the positions anymore. And so it just depends on what it is that you want. So you have to find what you want so that you can find your path to knowing thyself.